Haha! What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's edition of the Six Gaming Podcast. I am your host, as always, Shosan. Yes, we have a camera. Yes, we have a good microphone. We're right. We're doing it right this time. And I have the awesome privilege of introducing several illustrious co-hosts this week. Up first, Mr. Pantherian.
Hey, what's up? I'm back.
Back. Vegito!
Yo.
Word, he's so into it this week. Joining us again, Brox People. He comes back from life.
How's it going, everybody? You know, it's hard work running that whole presidential campaign, Brox People 2016.
Yep, but we're
Make
all
the internet great again.
Make the internet great again.
Any person capable of getting them elected should by no means be allowed to do the job.
Exactly.
That's exactly it. Finally, we have the one, the only, Mr. Roncliffe.
The one who does 5 Paragon levels from 201 to 206 in the 10 minutes prior to the show.
Trust me, that's sad, and we'll get into it.
It's great.
It is actually pretty cool. It's cool that you can do that. I don't have the patience, so you guys, I've been itching for this because not only do I have my rig set up, right? I actually have a special little thing for you guys. It's extra special.
Here's a dildo machine.
Wait,
oh no, we don't want to see that.
Wait for it.
Time though for my favorite part of the show. I hope you guys are ready for this.
Good news, everyone!
Yes, it's news. It works.
Show, you said you have your microphone back. Where is it? I don't see it.
Well, hang on. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Oh, it's right there. I have it desk mounted now instead of sitting.
I was going to say, you do sound a little distant.
Yeah, it's
not bad.
Brother. It sits right behind my keyboard.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, it works out well. So, all right, you guys, let's kick things off with some news, and I have some crazy news that we got to talk about here, especially because Coles isn't here to defend his game that we are going to shit all over.
Wait, he's shitting all over it, too.
Well, that's true. He did have some bad things to say, but if you guys don't know, if you haven't followed, yes, Pokemon has a new game coming out, Pokemon Go, and holy crap is this thing terrible. What were they thinking?
Well, okay, so first of all, this is based on Ingress, and we've talked about Ingress a little bit before, but the short version is it's like Google captured the flag where you actually have to go to the places. And when Niantic Labs spun off of Google, when Google became Alphabet, it's basically, for example, certain Pokemon will only be found at night by rivers, and certain Pokemon will be only in probably like Japan or whatever. Like the different ones live in different areas.
Right.
And come out at different times. So, like, I think that's kind of interesting.
Yes.
I find that's how murders happen.
Right.
So Ingress has had some issues where, like,
I have to say this, though. Veg is very knowledgeable when it comes to murder.
Yeah, especially alleyway murders, in the middle of the night.
So like, Ingress has had some issues where some people have, like, been doing portals. They're called portals. They're basically checkpoint flags. They've been doing portals like in the middle of the night, and then like police get called because there's like cars driving around slowly around churches and stuff. and actually, a lot of police departments have like had trainings to explain that this is a game, and when it says hack on their screen, they're not actually hacking anything.
That's awesome.
Most ones don't just have a button that says hack and you hack things.
Hack all the things.
That only works in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I understand this interface.
And the thing is, like, we actually track stuff like this. I work on an Air Force base, and if we use stuff like Ingress or, in this case, Pokemon Go, we have ways of seeing what's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's never pretty. If you get picked up by security forces for, tracking all this data and downloading and, doing maps and everything else, it's not good. Not good.
So anyway, the game itself, some of the video leaked. I don't know. I don't think it looks horrible. Coles is really against it. I think it'll be interesting. The idea is like there's an augmented reality part of it where you basically see, you like hold up your phone and you see the Pokemon like standing on the street, and then I think you flick your phone to like throw a ball at it.
Right.
There's like different gyms around the city that you can go to. It looks interesting. I have to see what the final version is.
I don't think it'll catch on though. Honestly,
We'll have to see, because you have to remember we're like 30-plus-year-old guys, and it's still popular with like middle schoolers. So.
Yeah, but I don't see middle schoolers going into a freaking near a river at night.
Well, no, that's the
trying to
thing.
catch a
Is
Pokemon.
I don't know. Because of that, I don't know if it's going to work out. They might have to change the way it works, or it'll be microtransactions, and you can buy them from Japan.
Well, even the video that was kind of released too was from a beta invite-only version. Right. So, I mean, there's still stuff that nobody really knows or understands yet.
I don't know. This just sounds like a disaster and a half.
We'll see.
I don't know. Ingress works out really well. So I don't see why this
difference between Ingress and that is that you're not looking for shinies. Like, in the sense of, you can only get this very specific Pokemon in this very specific location.
Well, no, it really is, though, because if you want to capture certain portals, and you have to go to where the portal is.
Right, but
there are portals everywhere, but if you want... No, there are some items that are only available in certain areas, and if you want to create a certain field, you need to go to a certain portal.
Like, my whole thing, too, though, is Nintendo's little social thing that they put out, the Miitomo, I think it's called. Last I had heard, that wasn't even doing all that well. Like, they wanted it to explode and everybody to start using it, and it hasn't taken off yet. So, who's to know how this is going to do? Because it's kind of in the same vein.
Well, I mean, imagine that, Nintendo not knowing how to run an online service.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very much that. But... yeah, so we're going to go on from everyone's family favorite video game to everyone's adult favorite game, spanking it to internet porn. No, okay, I'm kidding. But I do want to talk about porn, specifically...
Coles' website? Coles' website?
No, not Coles' website. We'll plug that one after I hit stop broadcast.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there is probably some content from Coles' website that is on.
That's probably true. Probably true. All right, so let's talk about YouPorn, you guys. So these guys, and I hate to say, I agree with several of my co-hosts here. It's absolutely brilliant. They decided that they were going to start their own gaming team to go and compete in Counter-Strike and all these other.
And let's say that it's called YP Gaming. It was not called pornography.
Team
was not
YP,
in the name. Yeah, it was not on their website. There was no pornography.
No links. Nothing.
So they created their own team to go out and compete, and immediately got shut down and banned. They said, we're not allowed to compete based on your name alone, based on your host, I guess you could say. They said no. I don't understand that at all, right? They weren't plugging pornography in any way, shape, or form. Well, officially. They weren't, otherwise being exploitive. They were a standard team following all the exact same rules that every other major team is doing.
Yeah, it's just down to the funding source of it. That's
right.
all.
And people had a problem.
Well, they also said for some reason, was it alcohol and stuff like that? But from my understanding, there was one.
That's everybody.
Yeah.
That's every team.
Right, but that's not a team, but that's esports games.
Whatever.
From my understanding, there was a esports game that I was either Counter-Strike or something like that that's soon going to be sponsored by Bud Light or something on that effect. But right now, that's supposed to be a bannable offense too, which is confusing.
Yeah.
It's a little bit hypocritical. Thank you. Yeah,
hypocritical.
Fuck you too. Well, but thank you, Penn. But no, it is. It's like, we can't just. We're going to pick our poisons, but we're going to say what's bad and what's not,
Well, in that same vein, they've been starting to show this stuff on ESPN, right? And on ESPN, following a match, you're very likely to get an advertisement from Budweiser, from, whatever, name your poison, e-cigarettes. I mean, that's just the nature of...
That's the market.
Yeah, you can't blame somebody because their sponsor happens to be a pornography company. It's weird. We've never had it before, but that doesn't mean they need to get banned. You know, even their logo was pretty mundane. Like, really.
It didn't even look like boobs or anything.
I know it's not, but yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. Whatever.
Just one of those things.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. All right, so I found an interesting article, though, moving on, and kind of going back to the Pokemon thing about augmented reality. You guys remember Cracker Jack, right? We're all old.
Oh, of course.
Had a box of Cracker Jacks.
Delicious.
In all these boxes of Cracker Jacks, you were guaranteed a toy.
That's
right?
that's the thing.
Like, what do you mean, like sticker?
Yeah, sticker.
Yeah, they weren't great.
Yeah. But you got something.
A prize, yeah, something was always there. It was cool, right? Really rewarding. Well, Cracker Jack says they're not doing that anymore, right?
Aww.
They want to do augmented reality apps now. So now you
That's
can
neat.
eat a box of Cracker Jacks,
Okay.
and you scan an emblem on your smartphone, and it opens up a game for you to play.
If I was the age that I was when I enjoyed Cracker Jacks, I would not have understood how to do this.
Yeah, if you were
Well,
now, but
yeah.
we're talking about kids who now, like,
Yeah.
the 8-year-olds have cell phones.
Even my son is 3.5. He'd be all over this.
I
It's really cool. Scan it. And
I
the
thought
But
it
you need help from the parent, whereas before you just open the box.
Okay,
there it
what's-
is, parent.
Not necessarily.
no, because some of those packagings are pretty bad. I was kind of like, oh, dude, that's a chip. You know, what are you guys doing, you cheap bastard? But then
Honestly,
it dawned on me, you could get
if
more
it
out.
is if it is some sort of AR game, it's a hell of a lot more interactive than what Cracker Jack's been coming in the boxes for the past couple of years.
Yeah, you get a whole
That's
lot
true.
more out of it. So I kind of came around when I found
Yeah.
this.
Hey, it makes Cracker Jacks a bit more edible.
If
Oh, let's not.
you're whatever a box of Cracker Jacks is, what, like $3.99, $4.99?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
If whatever you're paying for your box of Cracker Jacks and you're upset that your like free prize inside is not what you wanted, maybe you should just enjoy your sugary caramel
No.
corn with peanuts.
No.
Like maybe you should, because if you really want some stickers, I will sell you a sticker for $3.99, and it will be better than Cracker Jacks.
And you know, Cracker Jack.
Wait, what will it be?
Holographic sticker of a dinosaur.
Wait, I'll one up you for $5. I have an NFC tag I'll sell. Yeah, it's even the stickers. You can put it wherever you want. See that?
Oh, wow.
No,
That's how I roll.
I want the dinosaur.
I feel like I'm in grade school again.
I see. And the sad thing is, Cracker Jack, I don't know if they're doing this to try to increase their sales or what. I mean, if they want to increase more sales, put more than one damn peanut inside of a box.
Right?
You know?
Actually, Veg, I think you might be a little too young to remember Pogs. Have
Oh,
you
No
ever?
Jesus.
Pogs, they're
Yeah.
stupid.
That used to be
You
the
are
coolest
correct.
thing ever when I was younger, man. And we would get into fights because like you would win all the opponent's Pogs, and now it wasn't fair anymore. And
I will one up you.
all my
I've
stuff.
got a whole baggie of NFC tags and cool little stickers to put on them.
All right, you got me.
Ooh.
You
I
got
want
me.
the robot one.
God damn it.
Actually, I'd pick a sticker. That would be pretty cool. Veg, you brought it up.
I'll set it up so when you scan your phone on it, it sends you to Kohl's site.
That's
Sponsored by Kohl's.
And it will also automatically get on Steam and buy you Shower with Your Dad Simulator 22.
hashtag official game of Six Gaming Podcast.
For fuck's sake.
I don't know about hashtag.
We don't hashtag around these parts.
It will be.
Pound sign, bitches.
All right, so let's talk about Steam, though, since you brought it up, and that was a brilliant segue into our next topic. So Steam apparently is trying to get up with the times, and I think this is kind of cool. Apparently, on this next Steam sale, as if you guys didn't have enough money, you can now use Bitcoins to go and buy your games.
Oh, you mean the currency that's on the verge of collapse?
Yeah, is Bitcoin still a thing outside of ransomware?
No, it's still a
Hey,
thing.
I own some Bitcoins. How much is it
Bitcoins
right
is
now?
still a thing, but the blockchain is like supposedly totally
yeah.
fucked right now.
Yeah.
Wow, they're
And the
figuring out
people
what's
that
going
are
on.
overseeing Bitcoin are unwilling to change it.
Well, apparently, the only ones
Ooh.
that have gone on to do this with Valve, Valve has only authorized a company called BitPay, and that's where they're accepting all their transactions.
That sounds legit.
No, it is. It's one of the
Yeah,
better
yeah.
transaction houses. By the way, they're apparently up like $200 from what they were a couple weeks ago. So.
Huh. Interesting. Well, if you guys have them and you have enough, you can now buy games for virtual currency, apparently. So I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. It's a cool step in the right direction. I think if we can figure out Bitcoins or something to make it better.
What would be interesting is see if the price of the games shifts as the value of Bitcoin shift, or whether it's just going to be a constant price on Bitcoins.
That would be interesting because Bitcoin's
Bitcoin is very volatile.
It's going to be all it's going to be is the daily. Probably they're going to check in daily, and you might be able to get some really good deals on it. But it'll be like if it's $10, they're just going to calculate what $10 in Bitcoin is and tell you that's how many Bitcoins it costs. I think I'm not sure, but I bet that's what they're going to do.
And so basically, the way to play the game is to wait for a particular day when Bitcoin currency crashes and get in before Steam updates the price.
Correct.
Yeah. I'll just stick to my US dollars right now. You know.
We also
that
don't
sounds
know.
like it's going to be disastrous in itself, right there.
It's probably not. I doubt they're going to.
I don't think it'll be disastrous.
They process the bitcoins pretty quickly through BitPay, and
let's be real. I don't
maybe
too many people using it.
There's a lot of people on the West Coast. A lot of people use it, like even at Starbucks and stuff.
Well, yeah, but I don't see a big.
So a brief summary of my interaction with Bitcoins. When I was staying at the Hacker House here in 2013, 2012, one of those two, there was one gentleman from Russia that was here to basically be a co-CEO for a startup that was dealing with Bitcoins. And that was one of my questions, is like, well, you're doing this, but is the market that big? And he's like, dude, right now it's all black market.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff I've ever seen is on.
But there's the thing is, like, there are a lot of places that are starting to take it, mostly online, but they're legitimate places like Overstock and Travelocity and stuff.
You brought up
one of the things is I saw a guy who was like in Zambia or something, and
he a prince?
No, he was. That's
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Whatever.
He was basically in like the Middle East or in Africa. I don't remember which one it was, but he said he needed to transfer money to the U.S. and he couldn't. Like the banks wouldn't accept his transfer, or the wire price to wire it was going to be like 30% or something insane. And so he just used an exchange and he bought some Bitcoin, and then he came to the U.S. and he cashed it out into a U.S. bank, and it was easy. So the idea is to not get around banks for nefarious purposes, but the same way you get around banks by.
Or another thing is let's say that you want to send money back home. Like if you're in America and someone's stuck out in East Bumfuck, Egypt, and they can't get to a Western Union or whatnot, but they have access to cash in Bitcoins, you just send them Bitcoins. It's that easy. It's actually not a bad thing when used for good purposes.
Yeah.
But as all freaking U.S. dollars are used on the black market.
Sure.
I mean, it happens. It's just a matter of when they're going to crack down on Bitcoins.
And
I know that they've been trying to for years now.
Yeah, the FBI's been looking into it. The CIA's been looking into it. The fucking, what do you call it? The federal has been looking into it. It's
Brox.
Yeah.
Whip out your USA USB joke here.
Oh yeah. So what's the difference between USA and USB?
What?
One wants to connect to all your devices and read your data. The other is a hardware standard.
Very nice. I applaud you. That's brilliant. God damn it! I'm gonna have to remember that one.
I read that.
Anyway,
it was so funny.
So here's the next bit of news. So this streamer legendary Leah, I don't know. She's female. Leah sounds nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, she streams a lot of stuff. She's girl gamer, whatever. So she was getting up from her chair or moving her leg weird or something, and they say that she flashed the camera. Now you see like into her skirt, but if you have ever seen female genitals before, you can tell that it's just her thigh. Like, there's nothing that you see that is something you wouldn't see if she were wearing a bathing suit. And she got banned. I think it's like a week or a month or something. Wow. And a bunch of these people that were watching her like reported her, and I don't know if anybody bothered to watch the stream, but it's
you have
stupid.
to say though, it's a little concerning to me though that you went back and you did the research just so that you knew what you were talking about.
Well, no, because if she actually did, then it's not a story, right? No, like, but there's no story if she stood up and she. I mean, yeah, that would suck for her because she didn't mean to, probably. But if she does it, then you've broken the terms of service.
Right.
But she didn't. So that's what the story is, I think, is that the Twitch admin haven't reviewed what they're looking at and say, oh, wow, we had all these reports, but they've never seen a woman naked before. No. And so, therefore, they're reporting this.
My question, though, how did you condone it to your wife? Like, hey, baby, it's okay, it's just research? That's what I'm looking at her for?
Nothing. I was looking at a story and it said, here's the GIF of what happened. And I clicked it. I was like, oh, yep, that's fine. And then I posted it. I didn't have it on repeat on my screen for a few hours, Joe.
you weren't going frame by frame with zooming in.
Yeah. Enhance.
Yeah.
Speaking of Twitch bans, I don't know if you guys brought this up or not last week or the week before, or another guy named is either Hardgore or something of a matter of something Gore. He got permanently banned from Twitch because he started making allegations against another person within the Riot community about him having sex with a 15-year-old, which wasn't true. So he got permanently banned for that.
I saw something about that.
No, we didn't bring that up.
So he got permanently banned. He also did an apology letter. He said that he did deserve what he did because he wouldn't drop it, and that he doesn't know why for some odd reason. But the person in question was a guy named Crepo. He's now a caster for Riot.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, saying that he apparently had sex with a 15-year-old girl, which wasn't true, and he just basically made it up for some. I guess it was publicity. I guess.
Yeah.
Negative attention.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter now. He's permanently banned. He had, I think, like 250,000 subscribers. Like it was just bad all around.
I don't understand when, like, if you had 100 subscribers, then do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a couple, like, Twitch gave him a couple warnings, like, drop these allegations now. It's, you have no proof of this. If you do, then you need to go through a court system, not through our entertainment division or our site to do this.
Right.
So
that all makes sense. I do have to wonder though, like you said though, how much are these admins actually paying attention, or the banning committee, whatever they are, that's a part of it? Because a lot of this stuff is really unfounded.
But no, there at the time when he was saying all this, there was admins there as well as a bunch of moderators and people saying that he was saying this. This wasn't like the girl who flashed. This was he got caught. He even knew what he said, and then he also came to apologize even after getting banned.
Well, yeah, it's slightly different, but it still seems a little excessive. You know what I mean? I guess that's kind of my point.
Yeah, but when you're trying to ruin someone's life with that's a bit more than just a little flash here. That's like me getting up and you accidentally see my penis. Yeah, you're traumatized for life, but you're also not going to send me to jail.
Let's be real.
Oh, I might.
We can't see it.
Oh, God damn.
Well done, Penn. That was a good job. I approve. All right.
So yeah, it's just I honestly thought it was it was fair because he he was trying to put this bunch of shit on Twitch, and then just bring in unwanted attention.
So that's our Twitch minute, obviously. Do we have anything else for news, you guys? Does anyone want to bring something up?
D3 Season 6 started yesterday. So.
Right. And I did say we'd bring that up. So, I can crunch in like 5 Paragon levels in 10 minutes. How is this new patch going?
It's like the old one.
Okay, fair enough.
They did add some new transmogrification gear. Basically, if you kill a Rift boss, it has a chance to drop a certain piece. There's also some hidden rooms in the game. They added one in Leoric's Manor that's got a transmog. But other than that, this is the first season that has not gotten a major patch.
Yeah,
It's sort of like the first patch in WoW, except that we knew it was going to be. They didn't try to call it a content patch.
No. They're not calling this a content patch. It's
No, that's
actually this is actually a .1, 2.4.1. It's not 2.5, which it's okay.
Kick off the new season, basically.
Also, one of the things that they did this time around is that, like last season, for instance, I played Witch Doctor both seasons. Last season they gave you Jade Harvester. This season they gave you Zunamasis. So they're giving you a different set than they did last season. So if you play the same class, you still get to try something new, even with the same class, which is kind of cool.
Even though they're all shitty.
I don't know. Zunamasis is pretty good.
Yeah, Zunamasis is pretty not bad.
I'm actually
the one that they gave Wizards is fucking awful.
Which one did they give Wizards?
The time one.
Your Archon.
Oh yeah, that one's pretty bad. What did they give last season?
I don't know. I was a Huntard.
Last season was the Meteor Fireball one.
Firebird.
Oh, Firebird.
Yeah, that's the good one. That's like the top tier.
Firebird. I had to get rid of it. I had to try a different set.
I will say this: the Zunamasa set dungeon I mastered in 3 tries.
Oh, nice.
It did not take me hours on end like it did Jade Harvester. So at least some of them are okay to do.
Right.
But with that said, even though it's a set dungeon, one of the items that was required to be able to do it easily was not a set piece. It was an offhand that allowed you to cast a particular spell with no cooldown. Combine that with a rune that gives it no mana cost, and you can cast it for days.
Yeah, interesting.
But,
all right.
Days, son.
What's that?
For days, son.
For days. Like, literally for days. You could sit there, just right-click, and you'd never run out of mana.
Ugh, that's too much. I just wish I could stumble on that when I play. But all right, so let's move on to shitty minutes because, god damn it, we got nothing else to do to fill up this time. Of course, no, that's not true. We're actually very prepared. Now, Pantherian, sir, you definitely had something.
Yeah, so a couple weeks ago I talked about a house we were on a contract on, and that's not going to happen. We had an inspection, and the inspector found water in the crawl space and mold in the second crawl space.
Run away!
Yeah. So we in good faith we said here are the problems that we have, and here's what we'd like to have done to fix it. They're like we called service master and got some different names and said have one of these people take care of the mold. And they came back to us. So they actually they said they had a bunch of contractors out. We're like, oh wow, or they're actually going to take care of it. That's awesome. And they extended the resolution time before they could get back to us. And then, like 3 hours before the end of the resolution period, they sent an email through our realtor that was basically like, here's like $3,000 and stuff we're willing to fix. Was like, fix a crack in a window, bolt down the toilet that wasn't bolted down, like a few things. And then they had a letter from a contractor that said, we went into the crawl space and there was no water, and the stuff that you said is mold is really just dirt. I'm like, so how did dirt get up on the subfloor?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
27 inches up from the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so we're like, can you tell them we talked to a mold inspector and it's definitely mold, and if we get a test, and basically we're like, look, if we get a test of something, and my realtor's like, look, if they're not gonna believe you and they went through all the trouble to find someone who's gonna say it's not mold, even if you go in and you say, okay, this is mold, they're still not gonna pay like the $20,000 that it's gonna cost to fix the mold and then fix the yard that is draining into the crawl space.
Yeah.
And so we walked away from that. So we'll
I
keep
don't
looking.
made the right call.
It happens.
Yeah. It was disappointing because it was really good house, really good area, but
Yeah, that's.
Did you really want to
Wanna
deal with
fuck with
that?
that?
I will
don't
say
know.
this though, for anybody who's looking, I will say that something is not mold for like $1,000. Okay, you don't even have to give me a lot of money. I'll just fucking do it. I'll call
I'll
my.
do it for $50. Give me $50 and I'll do it.
All right,
Yeah,
fine.
right.
A fucking 6-pack of beer, and they'll say it's not mold.
Buy me a game on Steam. I mean,
Mine's still cheaper.
No,
Ron.
that's no, Ron. He can't do that. It's only me. Fuck you.
it depends on what game show. If it's Shower with Your Dad Simulator,
God damn it.
It's Honeycam. Honeycam Manager.
Honeycam Manager.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. So, all right, let's move on since he brought it up to hey,
Wait.
podcasters.
No,
No,
whoa,
Ron
you're not
has one.
Done.
Give a
I do give a fuck because
Ron
this is
has
kind
a
of
minute of
important.
shittiness.
And this is kind of important because I've had an idea for the Six Gaming Discord. Now,
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
and
Okay.
I can bring this up because right now, if you go to Six Gaming Discord, and
Which I love. Awesome.
you look at it, you got a few text channels, and you got a bunch of voice channels, and they're sorted by game.
Yep.
And like every time a game gets popular, we have to add another fucking channel. So whatever, no one ever uses it. So here's what I'm thinking we change this to. So I am not a subscriber, but a follower for a few Twitch streamers, including Aaron Knight, Fists of Heaven, and Squega, and they all have started a private Discord server for their stream.
Yep, you can set that up.
And I've been getting to thinking, why
Yep.
don't we just do that with the Six Gaming Discord? Instead of having these voice channels for every individual game, we can have a couple general channels, and then every streamer can have like a public channel and a private channel, and then give them each their own text channel.
That would be awesome.
And then whenever you guys are streaming, you could just say, hey, go to the Discord, whatever
Yeah,
the URL
you
we
can
have.
set that up directly through Twitch, I believe.
That would be pretty neat. You
really
have to show me
cool.
how to do that.
Yeah.
Let me see.
But yeah,
I
that's
think
really
there's
cool.
Discord.
I know there's a streamer interface or whatever that it does now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
I think it's a pretty good idea. I think it's something I'm going to roll with.
No, that's awesome, actually.
If you can set it up through Discord, if you can't set it up through.
Yeah, the Twitch integration's for subscribed channels, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the only thing.
Well, that's definitely a good break. But I'm still going to move on to, hey, podcasters, what you playing?
Games.
You like it?
Your mom.
Right, games. All right, so since you brought it up, okay, so check this out, right? First of all, I do have to say this, and he'll get a chance to defend himself, but Pent hates fucking mobile games. And
No,
we'll-
I'm sick of Dungeon
I
whatever
don't know
that
why.
was.
What's wrong with Dungeon Rush? I'm still playing Dungeon Rush.
It was dumb. I spent like 4,000 gems or something over the last few weeks and got 0 legendaries, and I was sick of it.
It takes time.
It's not you can't upgrade. It's not like in
No, you can upgrade.
Ron. What was that card one that we played for a while?
Veg. Spirit Stones.
Spirit Stones. You could upgrade your guys into higher level guys. You didn't have to have them random drops. You
can
can't.
do that in this. Yeah, no. It's there. Trust me.
Well, only for certain ones. Like you can't take like a bunch of blue guys and turn them into. You can use them.
Okay, I got you.
Like I can't take all my shitty little guys and eventually get them into a new guy. I can only upgrade them to a higher level.
All right. Well,
So it was dumb.
here's the reason why I'm still playing it. I enjoy it, but it's a time waster for me. See, because I don't get time to play at work. I don't get time on my lunch break, and where I work, I don't get a signal. I'm in the middle of a cement building.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's one of those things. I play it when I'm getting ready in the morning, maybe when I get home for a little bit, and that's it. You know, I play it for like 10, 15 minutes at best. So still playing it, but there's that. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but Fallout 4 was in beta for a little bit for a new patch coming up. It has officially gone live, and now, you guys, we have the official Fallout 4 creation kit. It's launched.
So is that for just PC or is that for everyone?
No, it's for PC right now, and the Xbox and PlayStation 4 versions of mods are going to be coming soon. right? And they haven't said too much about that yet, but it will be very, very soon. They're saying roughly the end of the month. Now, the creation kit, if you guys haven't messed with it,
Show, quick question.
yes,
Which end of the month? Because it is the end of the month.
the end of May. Excuse
Thank
me.
you.
End of May. Now, if you guys haven't messed with the creation kit, it's really, really complicated. You can do anything you want in this sort of thing. No, but I'm talking at like a very base level. If you haven't messed with these sort of tools before, it's complicated, and there's a bit of a learning curve. If you guys have used it for New Vegas or any of the previous Fallouts, it's very familiar, very easy to use. It's awesome. Very stable, which is really good to hear. I've been enjoying that, so I've been playing that, plus the 2 new DLC content that have come out. One's kind of pointless, but whatever. But the robot one was fun. And then, of course, since it was brought up, I've been playing Honeycam Studio.
What?
I know.
What?
And you brought it up.
What?
I know.
No.
You're
No.
fucking stupid.
It happened. It happened.
Lols.
Oh my God.
Wait.
God.
Okay, hang on.
I'm so glad that I talked about it on the podcast
Yeah,
so Show
you
can
really
find a
did.
new game.
And then I was looking at it the other day. It was like $6. Wait, it was like $6. Okay, it was on sale. On Steam.
You could have given that
Look that up.
$6 to me. That would have been more
Steam.
profitable.
No.
Or more.
Hey, here's the thing, though, right? You guys, you're giving me all this shit for it. You don't understand. See, it's not anything. It's a fucking business simulator at best. It is one of the more boring games I've ever played. It's stupid. It's unoriginal. It has even less to do than SimCity.
Man, if you're defending this game so much, I can't wait to see what happens when you
I know.
finally get a shower at my dad's
I'm
simulator.
Wow.
defending the fact that you guys feel the need to give me shit for buying it.
We need to give you shit because you're an idiot.
It's not that bad, but it's not that great. Like, there's not a lot to do.
How can
Well,
this
I like
even be
taking it up the
good?
ass, but it hurts sometimes.
There is absolutely
Oh,
no
man.
pornography in it whatsoever. There's no eroticism in it in any way, shape, or form.
Yes, there is. It's pimping
there's
out people.
No, there's not.
Yes,
no,
there is.
No, there's none. There's none. There's.
You can't
No,
defend
I
the
will-
show.
Show.
I'm just.
I will
I'm
bet
telling
you
exactly
Overwatch
what
that
it is.
there is prostitution in that game.
No, there's not. You
Yes, there
send
is.
them to a hotel, and what happens in the hotel is not really described. Okay.
It's between
It's-
independent
Wow.
contractors.
Hotel.
That's prostitution, Show.
It does not say that. It does not say
Yes,
that.
it does. It says pimp out. It says something on the lines of that.
It's similar, but you read in between the lines. So,
That person was just leaving money on the dresser for a private dancing lesson. That's all.
Right.
Whatever happened after
Yeah.
that.
Across
is
from
up
the
to the adults.
lap.
it has to say anything.
Jesus.
So,
I mean,
in
doesn't everybody do that? I mean,
right. In defense of the game, it's not bad. It's a business simulator. It's worth it if you can get it for like $5 or less.
No.
That it's a time.
It's not
killer.
even worth it if it's 99 cents. Fuck
Dude,
that.
It's just a time killer. That's all it is. It's
Okay, do you know what else is a time killer? League of Legends, War of the Overlord,
Not, no, that takes too much.
Dungeon Keeper.
Those
Roller
take
Coaster Tycoon.
much.
No, those are games you can literally sink 5 minutes into, and quit, and then go back and pick it up later.
I prefer sending my women to do a cam shoot. That's, I mean,
You're
tomato,
fucked
tomato.
Oh my
up.
god.
Fucked up.
Look, I'm just saying, it's not that
And
bad.
I'm just saying I should smack the living shit out of you.
Just a business sim. All right,
I love it.
all right, all right.
That's
So
like you trying to. Oh my, just no.
this is why I am willing to test new games for you guys. That's what I'm here for.
Next, he's gonna say he's gonna buy fucking Shire with your dad simulator.
You know what,
He says
maybe
that's
not.
a great.
you know,
It's a great
That's
puzzle
a
solver.
different game, Veg.
he's
No.
gonna come in and say, you guys should really see the water physics on this one. I mean, it's just amazing what it can do with the graphics. And
Well played. Well played.
Good lord, I don't know what to say to
The
that.
men look burly. You know.
Kyle.
you're watching on a 4K screen, you guys would be amazed with this one. I mean, my
Yeah.
water-cooled graphics card can just handle it like nothing.
Yeah. Well, all right, Ron Clee, what have you been playing?
All right, I have not been playing any games like that. I have been playing more Crypt of the Necrodancer. I tried my hand at doing a Cadence World Record. I got to 50-something wins. It was good enough for 4th place, and then I'm dancing along sideways, and I see a wall I want to blow up. So I drop a bomb to blow up the wall. At the exact same time I do that, this little fucking white appears 3 squares to my left, so that it takes you 3 squares to get away from the bomb, and you have to get 2 squares away from it. Well, if I had jumped into the white would have killed me. So I paused a beat to kill it, which was long enough to get caught in my own bomb. So I bombed myself too. But I've gotten several good Deathless runs, including the number 14 Coda Deathless run.
Nice.
And all my Deathless runs are now top 25. I ended up having a run of 5 with Monk, 10 with Dorian, 7 or 8 with Dove. I mean, there's some pretty good runs. So definitely been knocking those out. Also, we talked about Diablo 3 already. Season 6, got the Witch Doctor going, Zunamas's. My wife's running the Barbarian. We went with Veg yesterday. He's doing a Wizard. Oba's doing the Crusader. And my buddy, who from work, who I used to play with all the time, he's doing Hardcore. So I was like, no. Maybe later in the season.
When he loses that.
Yeah, well, he's already doing Torment 6 and stuff, so he's doing pretty good. And then the oddball game of the week that I've been playing is a 2003 classic called Crimson Land.
Sounds familiar.
Now, you guys remember Reflexive Entertainment, right? The one that did the one really awesome breakout game for Windows.
Not ringing any bells.
No. Well, they were also the publisher on this game, the original publisher. The game basically it's a top-down twin-stick shooter, and it's called Crimson Land because there's blood everywhere when you're done with the level. It's a really fun game. I was actually number 1 at survival mode back in the day, so I'm sort of trying to get back in it, get all the unlocks done, and seeing if I can't challenge for a top spot in that game again.
There you go. Fun. Anything else, or?
Oh, that's it. I mean, I'm kind of shying away from 6 degree games right now because of my shoulder. It's not been good.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
So, but we'll see how that goes. I'm kind of giving that a break for now.
Right on, right on. All right, Broxpeople, good sir. You have a lot to catch up on.
I really do. I've been playing the shit out of Dark Souls, trying to go through my my hollow run. So not turning human at all, getting no help from NPCs, no help from humans, and it's a challenge.
Yeah, you're a big fan.
You know, it's finally got to the Crystal Cave, and the Crystal Cave is just evil. I already have 1 attempt against the boss there. The boss killed me, but at the same time he cursed me, which is a good thing because I need to be cursed for the next area that I'm going to. But now it just means that I'm simulating Dark Souls 2. I'm going through everything with half health, which is not fun. But I'm playing that. It's the only hard part I had was the boss in Orlando. It's like 2 guys you have to fight at once, and I was just getting killed by the second guy whenever he goes into a super form because I was just getting cocky. I was like, I can take this, no big deal, and that was just bad news.
Right.
And but slowly going through that, you know, my wife's been sitting there watching me play it, and she's no longer saying this is the worst game I've ever seen. The graphics are terrible. To, oh, did you die again? That's pretty funny. Why don't you go do it again? And so not only am I just getting wrecked by everything in the game, she's just talking shit the entire time. I'm like, well, that was dumb. Why'd you do that?
That's Chiara for you.
That's how you play.
So
definitely Warlock.
It's the first one, yeah. Playing the first one, then for Dark Souls 2 and Bloodborne, I'm probably going to stream those through so everybody can see me die quite often on the PS4.
Bloodborne is so fucking frustrating.
I've played through and I've gotten past Father Ganglione on Bloodborne and kind of stopped there to go back and focus on Dark Souls 1 because I couldn't switch back and forth between the 2 of them. You know, I'd expect to move as fast as I do in Bloodborne and Dark Souls, and that didn't go anywhere. And then when I go over to Bloodborne, I expect to have a shield, and that didn't help either.
No.
So
whenever I played Bloodborne, I'm like, I miss my shield.
Mm-hmm. And I expect to move a lot faster in Dark Souls whenever I'm playing Bloodborne. But I'm sitting there wearing, you know, the Havel set and the stone leggings, and just very, very slow, but can tank a lot of stuff. And so it's it just messes with my mind too much to go back and forth between them. So I said I'll put Bloodborne up and come back to it later. I've also been playing through Rayman Legends, just trying to get 100% on that one. So going through collecting all the teensies.
It's frustrating.
It is like going through the invaded levels where you have a time limit, 60 seconds to get to the end of it is just incredibly frustrating for a lot of them. But finally got enough teensies I got 400 of them to unlock the very last world, which is a whole bunch of remixes of all the music levels, which is really cool.
Yeah, those are fun.
You know, it's all 8-bit remixes of all the music levels, and reminded me why I hated some of them. But the music is just awesome on them.
Now,
playing
it's slightly unrelated, but have you heard of a streamer named Spike Vegito?
Mm-mm.
He's a speedrunner, and he's
wow.
actually pretty famous for doing all of the Rayman games.
Oh, that's cool.
His runs are really, really cool to watch. I bet you could pick up some tricks.
I've had to go through on some of the invaded levels to go to YouTube and figure out, because there's an optimal way to get through them to make sure you get to the end within 60 seconds. And sometimes, I mean, even the folks that are trying to speedrun are getting to the end in like 38.5 seconds. I mean, you have to be almost exact with it to get it, and like no room for error, which is it's a nice challenge. I like it. Yeah. So playing that, and then on the portable side of things, started Phantom Brave for like the bajillionth time on the PSP. Which Phantom Brave is, for those not familiar with it, it's a Nippon Ichi game, so it's kind of like Disgaea and Lapis Cell Tactics. Phantom Brave was a slightly different on a few things. Number one, the battle system is not a grid on the map. It's not a whole bunch of squares. You have free-form movement within a circle radius type of thing, which makes it a little more interesting than your standard strategy RPG. But then also the story is just depressing as hell, which is kind of weird for a Nippon Ichi game. And just the strategy behind it is a lot tougher, because in order to summon your allies into battle, you have to confine them to an object on the map, and they only last a certain number of turns. So you can't just bring all your army out, in the first round, because then it could take you, 3 turns to get up to the enemy, and then by that point they have 1 round left before they disappear. And so it's just a hell of a lot harder. I mean, not only do you have the grinding you have in a Nippon Ichi game, you've also got to have time management and figure all that out, which is frustrating, and I'm terrible at it. But I'm like, I'm gonna finish this at some point. It's one of those games that's been sitting there for damn close to 10 years, and I'm like, I'm gonna finish this damn thing.
Well, you know what that sounds like, though? Since you kind of sound like a fan, have you tried the new Clash Royale?
Not yet.
It's actually a lot of fun, but it's very much a strategy kind of a game.
See, I love Disgaea, and I love Disgaea too. The whole series. It's just I'm terribly bad at them and just get frustrated after a while with all the grinding that's required. I mean, the Disgaea games, you can grind up to level 9,999 if you want to.
Yeah, that's
which is kind of insane.
Yeah,
but
awesome.
but it's fun, and the story is a lot of humor involved in it, which is pretty cool. And most of them, Phantom Brave, not so much, but it's interesting to see where it's gonna go.
Exactly. Yeah. That's awesome.
So that's it.
All right, Veg, what the hell have you been playing, sir?
Lots and lots of WoW.
What? What?
Huh?
Hang on, the one game you said you were never going to
play again.
My wife kept tempting me back into it.
I'm done with WoW. I'm so done with WoW.
Yeah.
You're a fucking addict.
Wait, but Ron,
Ron, you're a douche canoe, so what's your point?
Even I went back, Ron. It's not that...
Now, hold on. What he hasn't said yet is he's playing on Moonguard and spending the whole time in the Gold Cheer Inn.
No, fuck that
If
place.
it makes me feel any better, though, even I have a level 100 DK now. The one class I said I was never going to have.
So not only did you say that you weren't not going to play anymore, you said you're never going to play that class anymore. And I remember.
Is his name Dead Show?
What's that?
Is his name Dead Show?
No, Bloody Show. Because he's a Blood Death Knight.
That's disgusting.
You get it? Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, you like it? All right.
Anyway. So I've been playing a lot of that. League of Legends, of course, because why not? Masochistic form, activate, go. I've also been playing some Rocket League this week too, just to get back up into that, and I haven't played that in a good while. So there was a good amount of stuff that I didn't see beforehand, and I'm kind of glad that a lot of the DLC is just looks, or just vehicles, or something that's not going to affect the game in a serious manner. And they just released another patch not that long ago with a basketball form. Was that right, Ron, or is that? Okay.
Yeah, basketball.
So
last week that the game is looking to get into competitive stuff.
Yeah, they started that today. In fact, I think it's live right now.
Yeah.
I actually watched a little bit of it. They actually had some pretty decent.
Ron's like, wow, they don't miss the ball like I do.
Right?
Oh, they do. They
get
just miss it in the air.
shots.
That's the difference. But yeah, they're live. They're
So-
doing qualifiers right now. It's pretty high. It's pretty intense action. I highly recommend checking out just to see what can be done with this game. It's freaking amazing.
It's insane. So I've been playing a lot of that, Brawlhalla here and there, and then I've been playing, what the hell is it? Starbound, because it's been a little while since I've been on the podcast. I was playing that a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
They finally got it optimized where my game doesn't just randomly fucking crash anymore.
Oh, that's
And yeah, and there was nothing I could do to fix it. There was literally nothing I could do. I tried any resolution. I tried full screen Windows compatibility.
I like
Full screen.
Full screen.
Yeah.
Is that like full screen?
Well, Starbound is in official release now, right? It's no longer in the
Close. I don't think
beta
it's
or-
quite. Let me check.
It's almost there.
Okay,
Like it's
okay.
That's pretty good.
yeah.
Like
So-
I was playing this a few weeks ago, and I was actually having more fun with it than I expected.
Mhm.
I don't know if I was having as much fun as Veg is currently playing Grid Autosport, but that's another question.
At any rate, I've also reinstalled War for the Overworld. Good God. I picked this up back way when they announced that it was going to be an alpha and that it was going to be in Steam Greenlight. Right now, they were in beta with hopefully in the next couple of months releasing for the full game. So they did a lot. They did so much more than the last time I played. It was unbelievable. It was completely unrecognizable when I first started playing the game. It actually legitimately looks like a Dungeon Keeper game without it being a Dungeon Keeper game. It has a lot of unique aspects that Dungeon Keeper didn't have, which I wish that they kind of did, but for some reason they just never did. But there's actually some really hard missions that you have to go through for the campaign, and the competitive aspect is almost frustrating.
But that sounds like a good thing, though.
Not really. In the aspect of is they need to, if they want to make this a very competitive multiplayer, they need to rebalance a lot of the some of the hero or
Okay,
the
fair enough.
companions that you get, because some were like, oh hey, I'm going to do 1 billion damage at level 3, and you have like a level 10 champion that gets 2-shot. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But it's a lot of fun. I think it's $15 still.
Eh,
Yeah. At least it's better than $6 simulator of porn. So,
Not simulator porn, simulator of home management. Get it
It's
right.
it's a legitimate business. What are you
It
talking
is a legitimate business. Look, you guys, I've already got my little fedora that I'm going to be wearing for the next player's ball. All right,
shit,
don't hate.
It's actually $30 now. When I bought it, it was 15. So awesome. But yeah, it's
Anyway.
it's not Ho Simulator.
There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with it. Oldest
There's
profession.
so many things wrong with it.
Oldest profession in the world. Moving
That's
on.
not- That has nothing to do with it. It's
What does
boring.
that
There's no. Oh my god! Just no. Shut the fuck up. So I've been playing that, and I've also been playing another game on my phone. I've been playing this one for, I'd say, roughly almost a year now. Pretty much when they started. It's called Magic Rush. Originally it was a simulated tower defense game with the aspect of just grindcore into it. It's interesting. But the tunes, funny enough, looked originally like something from League of Legends. Like, why the hell not? I'll pick it up. It's free. It's grindy, but it's a lot of fun to play, especially if you like tower defense. They do try to specialize around that. They made a lot of work into it, and it is worth it. It's free. It's called Magic Rush.
Cool. Anything else?
You're gay. I'm done.
Yeah, because
Because he plays
What?
Honeycam.
yeah, what a
No, he's a
That
boring
doesn't
gay.
make him gay. That doesn't make him gay.
If anything, I'm down with hentai. But let's move on to something legitimate.
Do I need to tell your wife this?
Can we move on? Let's move
No,
on.
please, God. Oh, that would be an awkward conversation, trust me. Very awkward. I don't need to do that. So, Pent, please
That makes
save us
me-
from this
that-
level
That
of
makes
hell.
me want to tell her even more.
Pent, save us.
So as I said, I'm not playing Dungeon Rush because it's dumb. I did play a little bit of this game that I saw called Stack. It basically it's got a square that moves. It's a mobile game. It moves back and forth, and you touch the screen and it falls, and then the next one comes from the other direction. And basically, anytime that you don't get it to line up, then the extra that was hanging off falls, and now you have a smaller platform to land your next one on.
Interesting.
It's pretty simple, but it's fun for just 2-minute games or whatever.
There's
Is
like
it
a
free to
million
play,
of those
or-
that exist.
Yeah. Hmm?
Sweet.
In fact, there's versions of that game that you can win prizes from at
Yeah.
restaurants.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's an old game, but it's just a quick little thing. Been playing Dark Souls. Since the last time I got through, where was I? I was in Sen's Fortress. I got through Sen's Fortress. I accidentally killed the boss.
Oops.
Did you get him to fall off?
No. Well,
Oh.
I accidentally went into the boss area. Is what I meant.
Ah.
Is I was exploring around the top area, and I used to think every fog door was a boss, and then I realized it was just sometimes there's fog doors.
That's
So it's
checkpoint.
I was like, okay, well, I'll see what's out here. And the music changed. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't refill my Estus. I was not ready for this, and I just fought him and ended up being. I didn't have the extra summon. There's a NPC summon you can do to help you out. I didn't have anything, but I managed to beat him using Power Within, which is a really good pyromancy I got earlier.
Easiest way to kill that guy, you run up, as soon as you get in that room, just run up to him and block. He'll swing at you twice and fall off the bridge. Which is awesome.
nice.
I'll do that next time.
Yeah.
External boss kills are always good, though.
Oh, yeah.
So I got through Sens, and I was like, oh, what's this yellow circle thingy? And I got picked up by some weird imp guys and taken to Anor Londo, which I then backed out of and went to Darkroot Garden and Basin and killed the Hydra and killed Sif. Took me a couple tries, but both of those were not too bad. I know Brock had some trouble with Sif.
Oh, Sif
ended
is
up-
terrible.
He ended up shooting Sif with poison arrows like a cheesed it. Get good, scrub.
Hey, if it lets you
Oh,
kill
hey.
him, hey, if one thing I've learned with Dark Souls, if the game lets you do it, then it's not disallowed. I mean,
Right, do it.
It's like
Yeah.
for the Capra Demon, you can throw dung pies over the wall until it dies.
Exactly. I mean, with Sif, if I can stand outside the boss chamber and pelt him with poison arrows to the point that he never engages, why not? I'm going to do it.
I like the way you think. That's how you should play.
So then I went into Anor Londo, realized that you don't have to fight the Silver Knights. That took a few attempts to learn that. And I didn't fall off the rafters in the church a single time, so that was cool. And I got down to the painting, and I was like, oh, what's this thing? I want to examine it. And then I got sucked into the painting and died a whole lot around that area. But I think what I'm going to do is just kind of rush out instead of finishing it, come back later and finish out Anor Londo, and then maybe I'll catch up with Brox a little bit.
That'll work.
Have you gotten to the giant javelin guys yet in Anor Londo?
No.
Oh, that's a fun part.
Have you done Painted World yet?
Yeah.
Okay. I read somewhere that Painted World is really meant to be done after you finish Anor Londo. Which
I
is
did
weird.
it right in the middle just to go through it, but at that point I already had Quelaag's Greatsword, so I'm just tearing through everything.
No,
Like it's not-
I probably need to upgrade my weapon again. So that'll help.
But yeah, there's a part in the middle of Anor Londo that frustrated me to all hell, and then I came back with my trusty poison arrows. I was like, that's not so bad. You'll know it when you get to it.
I'm sure.
It's one of those things. Anything else, good sir?
No, I don't think so.
No? All right. So we're going to move on to my favorite part of the show, and I've been sitting on this one the whole hour.
News?
No. This is my
what you playing?
favorite part, Ron.
What-
No. My favorite part.
Wait,
Shitty
shitty
minutes?
minutes.
No.
damn
My
it, why can't I figure
favorite
out
part. No, this is my favorite
Intros?
part. Exactly. No, it's the Six Gaming Roundtable, you crazy bastards.
Oh, your favorite part.
right, my
Your
favorite
part. Okay.
All right. So
Wait, news?
this no, this is a weird one. So I was thinking about this all day yesterday. What are we going to talk about? What's a good idea? And then this morning when I woke up, I had this weird like epiphany, if you will. It's been bothering me though all day, so I want your guys' opinion. Now, what this is on this part of the show is where I ask you guys a question, and that's yes, you guys in chat as well. I want to hear from you on specific idea or question. Now, this week, my question is Overwatch. Overwatch comes with a free beta access, early beta access,
And
if you
put up
prefer.
post of Tracer.
And yeah, of course, you get Tracer, right? Okay, so if you pre-buy the game, they give you open beta access, everybody who pre-buys this. So, one, is that even a good idea for companies to do in general? And two, doesn't that pretty much mean that it's a full launch at that point? If you're giving everybody that buys your game access, quote-unquote, early beta, that qualifies to me as a full launch.
Didn't Blizzard already do this with Mist of Pandaria? I want to say it was either the annual, if you go to the annual subscription plan on it or something, they would give everybody beta access.
That was through it was D3 through Cataclysm.
Yeah.
What it was is that you got a mount and D3 for free if you subscribe for an entire year.
Right, but they also had to deal with Mist of Pandaria specifically to give everybody beta access at some point.
Yeah. Early
you weren't guaranteed. Everybody didn't get it at the same time. You could get it 2 weeks before it launched, but everybody was going to be in the beta.
Right. Now, here's the thing with like WoW when they did that is everything reset, right? And they went to an actual official launch.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my only issue with this one, though, well, yeah, it's similar. My whole thing is it's still a full launch. You're letting everybody who bought your game play the game. Servers actually go live on May 3rd, but the game launches on like the 25th. So you're giving everybody 2 weeks to figure shit out.
They're saying that it's
3 weeks. Here's my question.
That it's
okay, whatever.
beta, which means that there could be problems.
It's still crap though.
But here's my question: Is there player progression in the game?
There will be progression, but not when it goes live. So they are resetting.
Okay, so they're resetting. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But again, here's my thing: 3 weeks is not a fucking beta. They already did a stress test. They've been doing a closed beta. This is not a beta. Just launch your game May 3rd. I don't understand what they're doing. To me, they're
making sure that they don't have an Error 34 issue.
Rule 34?
Error 34.
No. I'll educate you guys on Rule 34 later. Don't worry.
Is there a Rule 34 for Error 34?
There probably is, Ron. If not, see Rule 35. That's the whole point. Okay.
I'm sure it involves Cortana or something like that. But
right.
Oh, God. There is, actually.
I honestly, I don't think this is cool to do because if it's, 2-3 weeks, whatever, that's bullshit. Just launch your game. If you're saying it's set, let's give everybody who pre-ordered access, then you're fucking launching.
But
you know what I mean? Maybe
if
it's over a month.
Look at it from the business side of Blizzard. They're driving the pre-orders of this because they're saying there's people out there that are going to want this just to be able to start to play early. They're going to pre-order it. I mean, that's just an influx of cash coming in for Blizzard on that end.
Okay. So this guy says that Error 34 means something exists, but there isn't porn of it. That's what Error 34 is.
Oh, well, but again,
so that's why Diablo 3 got it at the beginning.
Got it.
Check.
No, I don't know. To me, it's just kind of crap. I don't see the point in doing this. Now, that's not to say I'm not going to play it. I've already got my invites, So
That's the whole point. Then they want you to get very interested in the game to when it finally gets released. You're like, fuck yeah, I got a bit of experience in it. I'm not gonna get fucking wiped out by some goddamn scrub. It's like I can actually fight back, and then bam, I'm actually top of the game. And on top of it, I get to play it for free a little bit earlier. I don't honestly see what the problem is, other than unless
well, then don't reset me when I'm halfway through.
This isn't Steam Greenlight where the game's going to be an utter piece of shit for an entire 2 years before they finally start picking up the pace and the momentum of it. Cough, cough, Starbound, cough, cough, War of the Overlord.
Not that you're name dropping.
Yeah, no. It took them 2 years roughly to get where they were fucking going. This is a completely different company. This is Blizzard. We know that their games are going to be good, for the most part.
Right. So why fucking delay your launch?
It's not really delaying. They're getting fine bugs and kinks out because when I used to do beta tests,
they fucking stress tested it open.
Okay, that's still not an entire. Oh my god, I'm gonna smack you.
No, they also have huge betas of the WoW expansion launches, and that all goes to hell every time it actually launches too.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Yeah, I'll concede that. Stress
tests don't mean shit at the end of the day.
Now, my problem with the whole early launch for early beta isn't the whole progression thing. It's the people that don't get into it, that are waiting for the official launch. The people that are starting this are going to have a chance to learn the game long before the people that are going to pay for it at release are going to get a chance to.
Yeah, they're going to learn.
And there's going to be an artificial skill gap.
Okay, yeah.
I don't like. And I've talked about this on a previous episode. I don't like that. That's just it's creating an artificial skill gap that's I think is unnecessary.
All right, but well, let's look at League of Legends and Dota 2 that have betas and public test realms that that do that. Where I don't do those because they're a pain in the ass and they always change. Through like hell, I had one. I remember in mid game they changed a hero that was coming out soon and it was kind of irritating. But no, it looks like that to me. Where I guess if for that specific patch, I would guess I would have an edge. Like it all depends though.
Yeah, it's still bullshit. I have to hold on to my point. I don't agree with it. I see no reason to fucking do a open beta 3 weeks before launch. It's pointless.
Right.
That's just me. Penth, what do you got?
I said sorry.
Oh, okay. Word.
Stop whining.
Stop. All right. Fuck it.
You're a fucking schoolboy compared to me.
All right. Well, that's all I have. Do you guys have any final comments? Thanks, Arnold. Terrible Arnold.
Like I said, before, I kind of see it as a good business decision by Blizzard. I mean, they're getting money coming in, and just as people see a perceived value of being able to play a couple weeks early, bragging rights or whatnot.
I want to get it, but reasons.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. But they also said the same thing about the Diablo 3 fucking auction house, and that didn't do so well. It was a brilliant business move. But
but that was a disaster and a half, and I knew that was going to be. But they do this with I think it was MOP that they did do it with.
I don't know. It's whatever. All right, well, we'll go ahead and wrap things up. Does anybody else have any final points they want to throw out there?
Show sucks.
All right, yeah. Thanks.
He frickin' plays Honeycam.
I know.
There's nothing wrong with Honeycam.
There's so much wrong with it.
It's a business simulator.
Okay,
I'm getting really good at pimping out my bitches.
And Pornhub's a website. What's your point?
It is, and YouPorn has a fucking gaming team. I don't see any issues. No, they still do.
No, they don't. They had to be disbanded.
Well, they're just not allowed to play in any official manner. That's, whatever. Whatever.
Not dead yet.
For fuck's sake.
Right, exactly. God damn it. That's 2 Monty Python references, by the way, from you. That's 2. I counted. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and wrap things up. Thank you so very, very much for joining us this week. This has been episode 64 of the Six Gaming Podcast.
Episode 64!
Episode 64!
I can't believe it.
Right. I was hoping Ron was going to jump in there, but no, he left me high and dry. That's fine. Thank you guys, though, so very, very much for joining us. We do this every single Saturday at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Of course, you can catch us right here on this very same Twitch channel that you're hitting us up at, as well as on YouTube. We have all this posted. I am so very, very honored, though, you guys, to let final comments go to my very illustrious set of co-hosts. Up first, Mr. Pantherian. Why don't you say goodnight, sir?
Good night, sir.
Word. Veg, end it.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Word.
Wink, wink.
Rocks?
Rocks People 2016. Make the internet great again.
Damn right. Vote now. Write it in.
I'm sorry, but Brock's people will be a much better president than anybody that we have right now for Kansas City.
Agreed.
Probably very, very
Especially if I line up my running mate Poe Dameron, we'll be good to go.
Do it! Oh, please do it.
Rocks People Dameron 2016.
Yep. God damn it. Rock, say goodbye.
You can't get enough of this neckbeard.
Right? I don't think it was you, but I think there were...
It might have been
pretty
Reg,
sure
yeah.
definitely.
But whatever.
My mustache has kind of caught up.
Right, I'm impressed. I can't grow a mustache to save my life, so it's...
Neither can I. I literally let my this go for like a year. Same.
And you still kind of look like a fucking child molester, so...
Yeah, I mean, next thing you know, you could be driving a van that has free candy painted on the side of it. You know?
No, he wouldn't have a van with free candy in it because he'd eat it all first.
Oh, yeah.
The problem is with kids these days, you can't even just do free candy. You have to offer them free Wi-Fi now.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like, it's not.
As long as you offer free Wi-Fi, man, they'll fucking jump in your
free
van all
Wi-Fi
day.
and find me on Snapchat at.
Right, right. So thanks you guys again. I am your host, Shosan. Another awesome episode. Finally, Mr. Ronkley, would you please take it away?
See you, bye.